Ay, 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 ay. Nalisan tay at tutay nga dadagop da. Nalisan nga nagkataot ta kanto Cordillera nga mapataang.
A most fitting tribute it is to the mountain spirits when the indigenous peoples of the Cordillera come together to celebrate life and beat their gongs as one.
This is a very strong spirit in us for the simple reason that this is an expression of our cultural life, if you would say.
I can actually feel the mountain spirits nung pagdating ko dito.
Ang nararamdaman ko po ay happiness kasi sa edad kong ito, nakita ko itong place na ito, Lugwagan. I met many different kinds of tribes.
Kahit pala magkakalayo kami ng lugar, dadalhin kami sa isang place para lang sa aming convergence sa gongs at saka sa weaving. Napakalaking proud sa aming tribe para sa aming lagadang. Yung convergence namin na ginawa kanina ay na-feel ko din yung mountain spirit na sabi ni Mama.
Malawak yung buong spectrum ng Ifugao culture. You have your weaving, you have your wood carving, you have your basketry, nandyan yung indigenous knowledge namin sa pag-maintain ng rice terraces, ng aming forest. These things define the Ifugao identity.
The spirit that binds us together in the Cordillera is this textile, this tradition of weaving, because we believe this is the whole expression of our way of life as the mountain people.
In an opportunity that rarely happens, 5 distinct groups of the Cordilleras assembled at the Talama Mountain View Deck in Tabuk, Kalinga. Against the panoramic backdrop of nature, art, music, and dance, a most meaningful laga or convergence of highland weavers happened. Assembling backstrap weavers, embroiderers, and bead workers, as well as traditional gong players and dancers of Lubwagan, Kalinga, welcoming their counterparts from Gadang of Paraceles Mountain Province, Ifugao from Kiangan, Aplay from Sagada, Northern Kankanay,
Aplay kami ay makwani!
and Itneg from Namarabar, Abra.
Paliwat ni sang sangasam, sangaon kay katpay singatan ni Kabunyan, sidi kadagupan nyo ay na Cordilleras na ot, padi kay katpay.
Today, the mountain spirits speak in the eloquence of Sapi Bawer from Kalinga.
We use the textiles as an expression of our lifestyle because we use this to celebrate our life. We cannot project ourselves or our identity without these textiles. Because we believe that this is the indwelling of the spirits of our ancestors. Since this is the best that we can be connected spiritually to our ancestors. The designs is a reflection and manifestation of how we see our environment, manifested in the artistic and creative mind of the weaver. Whereas in Kalinga, we get the inspiration, our weavers get inspiration of the environment, the habitat where we are, the mountains. The gamat is the pattern of the mountain. And in that gamat are the color combinations that show the whole environment of the mountain. The green on top of that is the forest cover. And the yellow would be the definition of our rice. When the palay is ripe, ready for harvest, it is all yellow. Our weavers take this as an inspiration because it sustains their life, the rice. Iwitawi this year, this is a remembrance of our experience from the sea. We are far from the sea. And so this is the most expensive thing to the mountain people. So we use it then, we design it to give this diamond design that speaks about, again, our mountain. Most of the original textiles that we have, this is mother pearl. And the color, today it is fading. But the ones that we saw, the old ones, are more yellow and thick. We use this to ornament and to enhance the expression of the whole ginamat wraparound skirt.
Traditionally, it is used as blankets, the wrap-around skirts for women, which we call kain. We have the G-string, we call it pie, and it is also used as head cover for the farmers. It is used as curtains, it is used as bags of different designs. We have the tote bag, shoulder bag, traveling bags. We have to be relaxed when we do the weaving because that's art. So you cannot express or you cannot put art into your work if you are stressed, if you're worried, if you're in the state of anxiety. So you have to be relaxed. That's why oftentimes the weaver sings. For example, when they are weaving silang pituon, one design. So usually, because that's the song we have learned from the weavers.
As vibrant and colorful as their textiles are their interwoven stories of triumphs and struggles in life.
We see the same plight. We see that all the weavers do not have the fruit of their labor. They cannot get the fruit of their labor simply because they don't know the marketing system. We just get what is really just there. The middleman will always get the best of it.
Those who are really weaving are, shall we say, they don't have the capital. So they weave that blanket for 6 days. That's the only source of living. They don't have a choice. So whatever is the price where they can just get a little, then.
Passing the tradition of backstrap weaving to the young is left to the care of knowledgeable weavers, who in most cases find it difficult to engage the youth. Fortunately, within the Gatdang community of Paracelis Mountain Province, a School of Living Tradition, or SLT, exists.
I joined SLT year 2010. Ang napag-aralan ko lang doon, ma'am, is yung backstrap. Ang nagturo talaga sa akin kung paano mag-embroidery at beadworks ay itong mga cultural masters natin na mga ito. Sa kanila ko natutunan kung paano ang intricate na beadworks at embroidery, ma'am. Meron kaming 2 general designs. Yun yung lalad at inamata. Yung lalad po is more on stripes. Stripes lang siya. While sa inamata naman at sinakong, yun yung diamond designs or mata-mata. Yung inamata, ma'am, kasi mahirap talagang aralin. Most of us, ang ginagawa namin ay yung lalad. Yun po yung napakalaking struggle namin dahil po yung inamata design namin ay unti-unti nang nawawala. And yun po yung parang nagbigay sa akin ng inspirasyon na kailangang buhayin yung tradisyon na yun. Actually, ang marunong lang pong mag-weave ng inamata sa amin ay bihira na lang. Ang mga kabataan ngayon, iba na yung concentration nila eh. May mga gadgets na sila. Dahil sa technology siguro, saka wala silang interest sa weaving. Samantalang sa akin kasi, naging passion ko na siya. At saka ayaw kong mawala yung tradisyon namin at kultura namin.
Margarita Gayak enlightens us on how traditional Gatdang backstrap weaving is done.
Basically, ang unang-unang gagawin, thread laying yung tinatawag namin na magganay. Then sunod po yung weaving, masinon ang tawag namin doon. Pagkatapos na weave, lalagyan mo na ng mga embroideries na sa gilid-gilid, sa mga joinings, and after that, maglalagay na kami ng beadworks. Ang ginagawa po ni Ate Julie ngayon, ito yung tinatawag namin na ambalisi. Cross stitch muna and then running stitch. Yellow and red. Yun lamang po ang ginagamit namin sa pag-embroidery. And yung it's inspired from the nose. Meron kaming amparat at saka meron kaming siiro, meron kaming anafat from the centipede. Ang products namin traditionally, we have the wrap-around skirt, we call it aken. We have the belt, bakwat, the blouse, we call it barawasi, the headdress, we call it singat. Sa mga male traditional attire naman, meron kaming G-string or a bag, coton, the upper garment of the male, barangal, or this one red scarf. And then yung cape from head to foot talaga, nilalagyan namin ng beadworks. Sa sayay namin, it's a betel nut bag.
Ang tawag namin dito, ragolya. Nagawa sa bronze, ginading. Old coins nung 20 centavos.
Panghigpit dito sa bag. Itong rings na mga ito, nilagyan nila ng design. So kung hihigpitan mo ito, ibaba mo lang yung mga rings para mag-close yung butas. At kung gusto mo namang buksan, tataas mo lang siyang ganyan. May embroidery pa yan sa mga gilid-gilid.
More than a homage up in the highlands, the rituals implore the spirits to hearken and intercede as the age-old rhythm of tradition confronts the threat and noise woven by change into the fabric of the present and the designs of the future.
Traditional Ifugao textile is quite complex actually. It signifies social status, it signifies how a person is placed in society. We have this concept in Ifugao called Rimaduan or Solsta. Mana, the energy that comes from every being. If you use these symbols, these are symbols of gods. Somehow, the way the Christians would be using the crucifix, parang ganun din yung pagsuot ng mga symbols na yun. It's highly spiritual actually, the use of these symbols in the textiles.
Marlon Martin is a prominent Ifugao from Kiangan, whose significant work in cultural conservancy brings hope to the critical fields of cultural education, performing arts, and the environment.
The designs, especially in the Kiangan area, reflect so much about our traditional belief system. Each symbol would have its own meaning. Each pattern would have its own significance. The red and black colors, sometimes taken place by indigo, is a symbol of day and night. So there's a balance in everything in the Ifugao belief system. The masculine and the feminine, day and night, the sun and moon. Ifugao is a warrior society, and even women would be wearing them. It's not just the color, because it also reflects the S symbol, for instance, the ginrot, the symbol of the beheaded. We call it the ginrot. In earlier years, it's only women with accomplished headhunter fathers or husbands, or they themselves as women, as accomplished warriors, can wear that particular symbol. And it's powerful. Of course, nagbago yung context. When we started going to universities, when we started going to church, nawala yung traditional na ano niya. Well, it served some other purposes.
From Martin, we learn how the meticulous art of ikat weaving has survived the test of time in Ifugao. Ikat is an Indonesian term which means to tie. Locally, it is called binotbodan. It involves a resist-dyeing technique applied to cotton yarns prior to weaving. After wrapping yarn in bundles, it is dyed, leaving colorless patches along strands. A mix of indigenous plants acting as natural dyes is boiled until the desired color is achieved.
In Southeast Asia and even in China and Japan, ikat is reserved for the noble class. Perhaps it's in the process, because this is very time-consuming. The tying and the dyeing and the weaving, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy. During the earlier generations, only families with pedigree. So pag ikaw, your mother is from the upper class na, and then sa'yo lang pwedeng ipasa yung knowledge, yung skill. So somehow medyo limited, you get limited number of apprentices din. Piling-pili din kung yung pinagpapasahan ng knowledge na yon. When you die, yun ang gagamitin mo, yun ang babalot sa'yo.
Marlon is creatively optimistic about the future of weaving traditions.
Ang better na target ko ngayon sa mga i-train for the next generation of weavers, yung mga tambay, di ba? Yung mga walang ginagawa. Kasi yung training pa lang, that would take a lot of time. Say, kahit 10 lang ng mga bata, grade 5, grade 6, di malaking contribution mo na yun sa, di ba, sa future ng culture. Our connection to the motherland, dun sa ancestral domain mismo. A lot of us are migrating to other countries, like the United States. Imaginein mo naman, pag nagkasakit dyan, nurse na yung Ifugao na yun, tatawag dito sa Ifugao, sasabihin sa mga parents niya, pwede kayong tumawag kayo ng Mumbaki kasi yung anak ko may sakit. So somehow, there's still that connection. Kahit, we're divided by oceans, pero part of their heart is still attached to, or their souls are still attached to Ifugao. So somehow, hindi mahirap sanang mawala yung connection namin sa traditional culture kung nasusustain sana yung mga to.
Following the spirited performance of the Itneg of Abra, 79-year-old weaver and embroiderer Norma Agaid regales us with bits and pieces of Abra's history from woven fabric.
We call this the myth of the Tingyan. They are the heroes, they are the first people in Abra according sa Sarita, we call that. Embroidery, ma'am, ito, pero nalagyan po ng original tela. para maipakita lang ang mga product po namin. I don't know how to paint. That is the reason I embroidered. Ito naman yung nagwi-weave. And this is Gabriela Silang, the only woman, yung hero sa amin. Before you enter Abra, you can see this statue of Gabriela Silang. Then this is the tunnel. Yung tunnel namin before you enter Abra. Ilocos Sur and Abra, parang nagka-the-same, iisang ang distrito noon, ma'am.
Most distinct among the itneg of northern Luzon is the binakol cloth pattern, considered optical art among weavers. Amazingly, these designs appear in dizzying templates of stars, cat's paws, fans, and capiz shells. Woven in blankets, these binakol patterns are said to confuse and distract evil spirits who prey on sleeping souls.
Ito na ang tinatawag naming mga pinilian.
Pinilian designs come in the form of sinang kabayo, horse-shaped figure, the sinang tao or human figure, and the kinar karayan that mimics the river waters. It is common for textiles or blankets of this design to be displayed by well-off families. They are said to offer protection from evil spirits. Aside from horses, quaint and distinct outlines of frogs also appear, animal inspirations daily seen and valued by weavers in the area. Functionally, the woven textile is sewn into wraparound skirts, headbands, blouses, belts, or men's loincloth. Most symbolic, though, is its use in rituals promoting communal brotherhood.
Kasi ang Lubwagan at saka Peñarubia noon, nagkabudong, magkaibigan po. Ito namang blanket na yan, parang iduduri mo sa brother mo. Parang offering, opo. Kasi siya naman, magbibigay naman ng product ng Lubwagan.
Tradition adopts to change, just as the sound of a single gong blends and gets lost in the cacophony of the Highland beat. A reflection of how the art of backstrap weaving has slowly given way to the more lucrative method of upright loom weaving. Weaver Rose Ann Wangdali defends their plight.
The reason maybe for the backstrap weaving to die in Sagada is for economic reasons, because doing backstrap is time-consuming, labor-intensive, and the pay is, it's not that much. So when the opportunity came to our place to convert backstrap weaving into loom, the Sagada weaving industry grabbed that opportunity. So they were the ones who converted from backstrap to loom.
Art is naturally enhanced by migration. Historically, people living near the coasts were the first to be exposed to the cultural change by travelers who traded with them. Over time, new knowledge spread towards the interior, the way it did when upon the arrival of Spanish conquerors, locals who resisted subjugation moved upland towards the center. For this reason, it was inevitable that design inspirations in weaving would naturally be shared within and among indigenous communities, up in the highlands as well as down in the coasts. Therefore, it is natural for the same spirits of the mountains to pervade the creative consciousness of the coastal and inland people of Ilocos, as seen in their similar and related patterns.
Dito sa Ilocos Sur, it is so well known ang binakol. Bakol-bakol, because the thread that we use is the thick and the thin para ma-produce yung dapat na design. Dito sa town of Kawayan, nakagisnan ko na ang trabaho ng mga nanay namin pag-weave. Tumabak na ako sa business na ito. Meron naman yung mga assistants ng mga government agencies na nag-ano sila ng mga product development, kaya nag-seminar din ako. Nadagdagan yung alam ko sa pagtatrabaho ng loom weaving. So hanggang ngayon, magte-30 years na siguro, kaya dito pa rin ang trabaho ko. Pinakamalakas na i-sell namin, bright color. Red and white, orange, yellow, and the combination is white or red and green. Kung galing naman sa Maynila, sa ibang lugar, earth color, yung beige and brown. Pero kung sa Ilocos, mabenta kong bright colors.
Itong design na ito, ma'am, ito ang tinatawag na pinilian dahil may space sa gitna. Kasi pag walang space, pag magkadikit, parang hindi na maganda. Yung mga design, ma'am, yung mga small diamond, mga river, may agila. 1960, ma'am, nung nag-umpisa ako, 12 years, naghahabi na ako.
Similarities in design and usage are evident in placemats, tea mats, table runners and bed covers, even gowns.
Itong damit ko, itong tinatawag na dinapat, walang space. Itong may space, ma'am, ito ang pinilian. Namimingwit ng tao ng isda, tapos sumakay sa bangka. Kasi yun ang product namin sa sabangan, ma'am, sa taping sa dagat.
Nothing else rings a more familiar bell among Ilocano weavers than the inabel, more popularly known as Abel Iloco. Abel is the weaving process, and inabel is the woven product made of cotton and other natural fibers. You can see that the tension between warp and weft is one that mimics balance. And nowhere else is this seen in and around the towns of Paway, Pinili, and Sarat in Ilocos Norte, as well as in Tagudin, Santiago, and Vigan of Ilocos Sur. Here, the inabel and its iconic creation take center stage. In the town of Paway, Ilocos Norte, Jeanette Rico happily discloses how her homegrown talent in weaving began as a precocious child.
Pag-alavera, pinapakialaman yung mga ginagawa ng mga matatanda. Kaya doon ako natuto. Hanggat sa, ayan, pinapagawa na nila sa akin. Yung lola ko, yung nanay ko, ganyan ang ginagawa nila. Yung mga ubas, grapes, gik-gik, pabog. Ang gik-gik, two-headed bird. Walang nagturo sa akin kung paano gumawa ng design na to. Basta ginaya ko na lang. Ito yung bulbulala na design. Pwede sa likod, pwede sa harap, pero makikita yung mga knots pag sa likod. Ito bulbulala, pero bulaklak. Bulaklak naman to.
She mentions the wide array of inabel products they produce that are most sought after.
Ang mga produktong nagagawa namin ay como table napkin, placemat, runners, throw pillow, pillowcase, tela din. Basta ma-promote lang yung mga abil.
Pasita Galinato from Lumbaan, Pinili shares with us her experiences as a recognized weaver, inspired and trained by the national living treasure, Magdalena Gamayo. In 2005, Pasita herself received a certificate commending her work from the National Commission for Culture and the Arts.
18 kami, may ka-18 ni Magdalena. Tagapabal pala ni Magdalena yung gano'n tata. Iti na sursurok na design silang sabong. Binakol, yung stripe, inubo na sabong. Saka bola-bola, sa sinan ikaman. Iti na sursurok na kwat ni Magdalena. Gamayo. Kada tinubo na sabong namin yung suro ni Magdalena daytoy. Kada ito ko na i-kuam ko na i-design mo ko na tasaka ang pili-pili no niya ti kayat mo nga panagdiso dito sabong na ko na.
It is perhaps the versatility of the inabel cloth that makes it a top souvenir gift among visitors dropping by Ilocos. From bed sheets, pillowcases, curtains, to home decor, the inabel has likewise conquered the spotlights of fashion. The woven canvas turns into spectacular wearable creations in the hands of top fashion designers, proud of their inabel collections. From the UNESCO heritage town of Vigan, one can see the economic potentials created by textile for its people. It's hard to overlook the role that Ilocos has played in promoting the combined beauty, strength, and functional craftsmanship of woven fabric in the northern part of the country. Over the decades, these fabrics have reached the rest of the archipelago, making known to all Filipinos the distinct design inspirations and traditional versatility of weavers from the Cordilleran Highlands, to the weavers of Ilocania and those from central towns of northern Luzon. Today, it is easy to see how the same spirited vibe inspires weavers to produce everyday masterpieces with a creative twist. In the town of Bangar, La Union, we chance upon Emelita Martos, homemaker and entrepreneur. She owns and manages Martos Weaving, home of the tandem loom weavers.
Yung uniqueness po ng aming product o yung sa pag-weave po ay sa iba po single lang po sila yung naghahabi. Sa amin po ay tandem. Kailangan po ng dalawang tao para mag-weave kasi yung sa amin po very wide yung blanket, kayang habiin ng dalawa. Hindi kagaya ng iba na naro lang siya tapos pinagtatagpi-tagpi para maging wide. 1970s, doon nga nag-start sa bahay. Yung isahan lang muna nung una, why not na gawing dalawa? Ang pagkakaroon ng dalawang tao para maghabi, yung tandem, ay parang sasayaw. Kailangan alam mo yung step kasi hindi pwedeng mauna yung isa. Kailangan sabay na sabay para makahabi kayo ng maayos o maganda yung kalalabasan ng blanket.
A most interesting angle in tandem loom weaving is its ability to bond couples and kids in a shared activity that earns.
Pwede rin pong mag-partner yung mag-asawa o magtatay, magnanay, pag alam po nila. Nagkakaroon kami ng mga seminar, meetings, para kung paano siya makilala pa yung mga products ng Bangar compared to other blankets sa ibang bayan.
Whether it comes with a territory or not, the same energy is characteristically imbibed by the silk weavers of Bacnotan, La Union, housed in the Don Mariano Marcos State University.
The Sericulture Research and Development Institute is the only national institute for sericulture development in the Philippines, and it is commissioned to help develop the silk industry in the country. Specifically for weaving or for silk fabric production, we at the institute conducts trainings and assist our target clients not only for capacity building for trainings but also to be able to produce 100% silk fabrics by supplying them with 100% thrown silk yarn. In Bacnotan, La Union, we are very happy to inform you that we have the Silk Weavers Association comprised of more than 20 members.
Within the Institute, it is the post-cocoon research and development personnel who does the research and extension activities. They are a part of the team that focuses on the production of silk fabrics and related products.
Yung mga weaving machines namin dito is fabricated sa institute. Wala naman siyang pagkaibaan kasi ang principle ng weaving is iisa. Yun lang wood at saka yung bakal ang pagkaiba. Pero yung principle iisa din. Meron kami yung research na development of different suksuk design for silk. 11 patents na kami sa suksuk designing. I-commercialize na namin. Kaya meron na kaming yung study na commercialization potential of suksuk for handwoven fabric. Meron kaming 10 weavers na naghahabi na ngayon ng suksuk design. Pero ang problema ngayon, kasi hindi namin ma-cater ngayon yung mga demand kasi kukulangin tayo ng supply. Kaya yung institute ngayon ay naghahanap ng mga cooperators mag-raise ng silkworm para meron kaming makuhang mga cocoons para i-process dito para meron kaming i-supply sa mga weavers natin.
With a low supply of silk, the Institute has had to find alternative solutions.
Kaya nga sabi nila, huwag niyong hahaluan ng ibang sinulid yung silk para yung quality niya mas maganda. Kukunti po yung supply ng silk. Isang solusyon lang is mag-blend ng ibang sinulid.
To address this, the Institute aims to build up total capacities for the holistic development of the silk industry, and only a comprehensive national structure can make this happen.
It is even more better to note that the Philippines has the potential to be able to produce a year-round cocoon production compared to temperate countries because we could produce mulberries the whole year round. Unlike temperate countries whereby they could just produce except for winter time, for us we could produce 5 times in a year using the same kind of land. The planting of mulberry trees is actually addressing directly our climate change problems because of the fact that a hectare of mulberry plantation could sequester 54 tons per hectare per annum of excess carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And we all know that carbon dioxide is among the greenhouse gases causing climate change, not only in our country but entire the world. And so when we do sericulture, we address climate change problems.
Yung pattern kasi ng Ilocos at saka Cordillera, nakaka-inspire kung minsan. Kasi pag ginagawa mo yan, ang gaan-gaan nga yung loob, na parang yung sabihin nila, it's Ilocano design.
I believe the Ilocos designs and the Cordillera designs are unique by themselves. The fact that the creators of those designs are inspired by their own, not just ingenuity, but what is happening around them.
Until the very end, the nature spirits of the mountains prevail. As the sun rises over the Cordilleras in northern Luzon, its warm rays spread light and hope to the men and women whose fate has led them to become proud culture bearers.
It's a challenge to yung mga sa amin, sa generation namin, kasi this is our time to pass on whatever was passed on to us. Kahit konti na lang yun, pero ipapasa mo pa rin yun. And then kung ano pa yung pwede mong i-revive mo pa, pwede pa yan.
It's an overwhelming feeling to have experienced days coming together. That sense of community and that sense of belonging to the great identity of the Cordillera. Your presence is an affirmation of what we are. Makes us feel that sense of belonging to the community of the Filipino heritage, which we are all together proud of.
Ay, tasapay kumakaan na po tayo nga, Diyos Ama, maadal dato. Daddo mga patian anak tayo, agborda ka, agabulta ako ada.